Okay, this is what I want you to do. Join in with me. We are live right now. Even if you're watching this in a replay, guess what? We're going to have a fun show. This is our Christmas show. So, for all of the Ecamm family, I want to welcome you guys in to enjoy a time that we can be festive and hang out together. So, if you're watching this, just kind of let me know you're watching, where you're watching from. And I am going to put the Zoom link in so you can join me. Like, this is not the day to be shy with being a part of the stream show. I need you to set your camera up, get your lights going, get your mic going, and I want you, or I would like for you to share in our Christmas wishes so you can actually wish people happy holidays and talk to the family yourself. I do want to say this, next week's show, so it'll be December 29th, we're going to be talking about all of 2024, some things that have happened with technology for content creators and all thing content creations that we have personally gone through, including we'll talk again about camp and how much fun we had in 2024. We will also talk about some trends that we are seeing for 2025 that I want you guys to be aware of. That being said, come hang out with me. We're going to have a great time today. Again, chime in, let me know where you're watching from so you can be a part of the stream show. So every week when I do the stream show, of course, I don't do seasons on the stream show. It's more of I do like 10 consecutive shows, and I take a break. And I actually have done some shows. So I've gone through December with shows. I will be out most of January. So this is what's going on with me in 2025. If you don't know, my wife is a jazz flutist, and her career has downright skyrocketed. It is incredible how popular she's getting. Well, let me say this. She has been named by the Smooth Jazz Network, as the #1 jazz artist of 2024. What does that mean? That means, number one, congratulations to her. Number two, people are calling her from all over the country. Let me restate that. People are calling her from all over the world to perform. So we do a lot of traveling. I don't go everywhere she goes, but I go a lot of places. And January is kind of busy for us. So it's the beginning of the year. I have some Sundays I'm going to be out, and then I have some Sundays that are going to be out with her. So I'm going to start the stream show back up in 2025, the first Sunday in February. So you guys be looking out for that. It's going to be a great time. I have some great shows planned for you with some guests. I've talked with Katie at Ecamm, and we have a formula we're going to start with next year that's going to be a blessing to all of you guys, because you not only will you get a chance to watch the show, but you will get a chance to watch the show and learn some of the things that I'm doing. And, you know, we do streaming, but if you're recording, you'll learn a lot as well. If you're using cameras, you're going to learn a lot. If you are doing anything in the content creation world, guess what? We're going to do some things to be sure that you get better by watching the stream show. That being said, I need to hear from you today. So if you're on with me, let me know you're watching. I would love to shout you out. This is the Christmas show, so we're not going to be talking about cameras. We're not going to be talking about tech. We're going to be talking to each other. And I'm going to do this show as long as you guys allow me to. Okay, I'm going to do this tonight as long as you allow me to, because I always believe, this is something I believe. People ask all the time. They say, hey, Strick, how long should these videos be? Like when I'm creating, how long should my video be? And I always say that your video should be as long as it needs to be. And I didn't make that up. I think I heard it from Sean Cannell, and I'm sure he didn't make it up either. But it sounds so cool to be able to say your show or your video should be as long as it needs to be to get your point across. That being said, I want to get my point across, even if it has to go all the way to Sydney, Australia. Is Monday at 11. So she's in the future. So thank you so very much for hanging out with us today. I feel good about you being here, and I'm so thankful that you are. If you are a Ecammer, you're part of the Ecamm fam, all I'm asking people to do is just turn the lights on, turn your camera on, come on and you can come onto the show today and actually give your holiday wishes out to everybody. All right. And if you don't, you can just type them in the chat and I can tell them that too. So I don't want to give people a hard time today, but I do want to give you a platform to be able to speak to each other. I think it's really cool that we could do this on Ecamm's channel, and they've kind of opened it up for a stream show and for you guys. So if you're on today, guess what? I want to be able to say hello to you, and I'm sure you want to talk to people too. I'd love to see you set up. I would love to see how cool it is. And no pressure if it's not set all up. You can use your phone. It's okay. The Zoom link is in the chat, so you can actually just pull that Zoom link, come on up, and I'll bring you in. You don't have to stay. You can just give your holiday wishes and mosey on. I will get started today talking about some of the holiday traditions that we normally do. So my family, we actually get together mainly during the holiday season twice a year. Now, we try to see each other during the summer, but we know we're going to do something around Thanksgiving. And because most of our children, my brothers and sisters, all of our children were born somewhere around the same time. We have some younger ones now, but basically most of our children are born around the same time. So they will always do Christmas together. And we can't do Christmas Day like we used to, but either the day before or the day after, I try to spend time with my family and hang out with them. Now, my youngest is 19 years old. So, we're not doing Christmas like we used to at all. Like, what is that all about? He's 19. He tells us what he wants and we just get it for him. And that's basically it. He's a little, he kind of likes money, but he's a little past money. He just like for us to go ahead and get whatever it is that we're going to get for him. So that's basically one of the things that we do. Okay, Buckeye, Arizona. Man, that's really cool. Ernesto, man. Glad you are here hanging out with me today. Merry Christmas to you. Okay? Merry Christmas. So, again, I'm opening it up as you guys are watching and you guys are coming in. Just, don't hesitate. Say, hey, Strick, I would love to be on really quick to say hello to the family, to the Ecamm family, and to give my holiday wishes. And, of course, if you come on, I always like to talk to people about whatever their setup is. So, it is okay. So, this is for anybody. Yeah, he's eating. That's cool. Listen, Merry Christmas to you. Have a good time if you're out eating. I appreciate you tuning in anyway. And Matt is coming in. Hey, Matt, guys, come on in. I would love for you to be a part and give your holiday wishes out to everybody. And there's Jeremy saying happy holiday, y'all. So this show is kind of built around the holidays. And Ecamm family having a great time. There he is, Joe, man. Hey, Merry Christmas to you, and would love to have you a part of the show as well. So this is one of those things I thought, hey, what do you do before Christmas? I mean, I can talk about all the stuff that I got for Christmas because I really do have a lot of stuff. And please don't get me to go down that route because I have a lot of stuff in my office. Thank God you can't see what's in the studio today because it is all over the place. I have actually started a new company at the end of the year. Had an opportunity to take over a studio, and man, they had everything I actually needed, from audio podcasting space to video podcasting space to a broadcast room where I can do broadcasting from. It is the coolest thing, and I've started doing some podcasts and filming some clients and doing live streaming for other people, and I had to upgrade some of my products. I had to upgrade my cameras. I'm doing a podcast and, a 3-camera shoot, and I really wanted to take it to the next level. And those are things that happen sometimes. Like you have a business, or you want to start a new business and you kind of know what to do. And you say, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm really trying to take it to the next level. And I've got a lot of products and all of this stuff is inside my room right now. So I'm trying to make it all work. And this is, I moved my studio extra room to a bigger room in the house. Cables are everywhere. Let me tell you something. It is that way for me as well. Things are going crazy. So I'm trying my best to stay organized. And that is not as easy as you think that it is. Staying organized when you're making moves and you're buying a whole bunch of equipment. It'll be the first time. Let me say this. I want you guys to be excited for me. This will be the first time I'm actually building a center rig for one of my cameras. So I actually have three, and I'm building three, but I'm taking them one at a time, building the rig out, and I've watched all of the stuff that I needed to, Joel, to do it the right way. And, my only fear is I haven't ordered one cable that I needed to order. It's like, man, I prayed that I've ordered all these doggone cables that you need. And it's really only two cables that I'm thinking that I need for the center rig, and it's the cable for the monitor, which is the HDMI cable, which I think is really, really cool. I've got those, and then I have USB-C from my camera to the V-mount battery. Like, to even say V-mount battery, to know what it is, to me is a big deal, because a year ago I didn't have a clue what a V-mount battery was. Now I know. And yes, you're right. Knowing anything about having good cable management is a big deal. Hey, man, I see you. Give me 1 second here. Let me see if I can you see me and hear me? Good. Give me 1 second. My Rodecaster Pro decided to just take a break. No joke. It's out. So I know you're probably hearing me from my cam link or my camera, which is terrible audio. Yes, it's very low. I'm trying to reset my Rodecaster. Yeah, thumbs down. And everybody can't see you, so let me bring you on really quick so at least they won't think that I'm in here talking to myself. There you go. He's going to be the Grinch. See if I can get this set up here. Yes, help me out for a second, Matt. You mind talking for him and saying hello to everybody while I figure this out? I do apologize, guys. Volume is low. There you go, Matt. Thank you. All right. Here we go. You know what, Strick? We want to go out, and we want to go out right now. All right, so I can't hear you yet. Let me see if there's something I'm doing on my end to get you your audio. Okay, I see you guys coming in here. Hold on just 1 second. I'm not getting all the audio I want, but that being said, we can just have a party as we can. All right. I got Joel here. Madeline, pronounce your name for me really quick so before I get it wrong. Marianne.
It's
There we
Marianne.
go.
Yeah,
There you go,
Marianne.
Marianne. Okay, I got it. I got it. So can you guys hear me now? Can everybody hear me? Mic check. I can
Loud
hear
and
you
clear.
guys. How about you, Mac? I wasn't hearing you earlier. Can you talk for me? Matt, I'm not
Matt's
hearing
on
you.
mute.
Matt's on mute.
How did I get
Yeah.
on mute?
I have
That's
no idea. I
fun.
didn't do it. How about you, Joel? Can I hear you? Joel, I'm not hearing you. Mute. Is he on mute too? No.
So many mutes. I was just drinking out of my mug that said you're on mute, but I switched it to Ecamm ENN.
There you go.
Is that better?
That's better. That's better. What was it?
Just levels.
This levels. I got you. I got you. I got you. Jocelyn is saying happy holidays. Thank you so very much for coming in, Jocelyn, and saying happy holidays. Same to you. You know, you could turn your camera on and come hang out with us. You haven't done that. We're supposed to do a show together, and for whatever reason, we haven't done that yet. All right. I'm not going to give you a hard time, but you can turn your camera on. Who else is that? Matt was muted. There's no audio. I think I see that.
Yep.
Everybody's good now. Everybody's good now. Industry Pet says Merry Christmas. Hey, guys, let me do this really quick. I appreciate you being a part of the show today. Everybody's going to work a little bit, though. So I'm going to start with you, Matt, and you guys, the rest of you guys can kind of think about it. Holiday story as a content creator. You got a good one for me, Matt? Holiday story, something really cool about the holidays that you can share with everybody.
Something happened just mere moments ago for the holidays. I was on Whatnot. It's a platform for live selling.
Okay.
And my friend Billy, who was a presenter at Creator Camp.
Yes.
He had yes. He had a a wireless microphone, and it was the first time I ever bid, and I was bidding against myself, and it went crazy high. And then he had another microphone pack from a better, more established brand. And I had figured out what was going on, and I got that for a steal. And he says, if you want me to cancel that order, I know you were bidding against yourself. I'll go ahead and do that. So he canceled my crazy high order. Isn't he great?
That's really cool.
I got a Hollyland mic with lavalier accessory on it and everything. I should be good to go now. And I got it for a steal. Like, I got it for a steal.
It sounds like it. So now you have to go back to Billy's show and buy something else since he canceled the other order, right?
Yeah. I bought a handful of other things too. He was selling tripods and selfie sticks. I'm just like, bid. I'm like, what am I doing?
I need to go because I was definitely I saw him do something with a light that you could put your logo on behind you.
Nice.
It was weeks ago that I saw it. I just got to get to Billy's show to see what he's doing over there. How about you, Joel?
Or Christmas?
Just give me a Christmas holiday. And, you can also just share happy holidays to everybody in Ecamm fam. I think this is the first time you've been on the stream show.
I think it is.
That's
so,
cool,
yes,
man.
Happy holidays for everybody. I am celebrating something a little bit of a miracle. Okay. So I have... how do you want to describe this? So I'm from Canada.
Okay.
And we're pretty integrated here. So I grew up in a very Caribbean neighborhood, and I got this old lady I call mom, and she passed away recently. But I didn't realize
that.
Yeah, she's not suffering anymore.
Okay.
But what ended up happening is her family gave me her fish cake recipe, so I'm enjoying some of that right now.
Oh, that's cool.
In other cultures, they call them fritters, but in Barbados, they call them fish cakes. So I am happy right now. That's my holiday tradition, and I got to share that with you guys.
Man, that's awesome, man. Thank you for sharing it. Thank you for being part of the show and coming on. We're going to talk a little bit more about some stuff, but I wanted to be sure that we had this moment for the Ecamm family to be able to come on and share. And anybody that wants to can actually do it. I've definitely already put the Zoom link in, and we're using all of the features that Ecamm allows us to have, right, to be able to do shows and to be able to share like this. That being said, Marianne, how about you? This is your first time on the stream show as well. Welcome to the stream show.
It is. Now I can see my camera is flickering, so hopefully I stay on. And you can hear me fine?
I can. You sound great.
Excellent. Well, I'm here in Sydney, Australia, and it is summer. So our Christmas is very, very hot. I'm trying to see what it is in Fahrenheit. So it's 27 degrees. Well,
It's
let
close
me
to
look at
80,
double.
like 82 maybe?
80, yeah,
80.
80
Okay.
Fahrenheit. So yeah, so it is December is the beginning of summer. So our summer gatherings are prawns on the barbecue.
Uh-huh.
So a lot of summery food, watermelon,
Oh man.
lamb chops on the barbecue, and lots of salads. So all light, hard, light meals that's not going to be too heavy. And by lunchtime, we are all napping with full stomachs
That
and
sounds like
trying to
fun.
cool, yeah, trying to cool
Sign me
down
up.
yes, it's very lovely.
You two guys got me hungry. I need to eat right now. You said barbecue, but you did say Barbie first, right? Like,
Yes, so
have
we
you
call, you go ahead, Strick.
have you gotten more of the Australian accent or some of the words that they say all the time? Are you like completely into it now?
Well, I've been here for nearly 40 years.
Oh, that's
So
awesome then.
yeah, so very Aussified as we say it. So yeah, the
Right.
Aussie slang, we like to shorten all the long words and then extend all the short words. So barbecue is Barbie. Afternoon is arvo. So yes, a lot of Australian slang where we're either too lazy. So Australia would be Australia, Australia,
Australia. Okay.
Australia, yes.
Okay. Okay. That's really, really cool. So, am I wrong to say that you're new to Ecamm?
5 weeks.
5 weeks. Five
Hey,
weeks.
welcome
Yes.
to the
Okay.
fam.
Definitely
Thank you,
welcome to the
thank you.
family. And you got to explain to me like your setup that you have now. And Joel, I'll be coming back to you asking you the same thing as well. Because you
So
look
I have
great,
been,
Marion. You look really, really
thank
good.
you.
So you may be new to Ecamm, but I'm sure you're not new to all of this stuff.
No, so I have been live streaming probably for, well, it'll be coming to over a year now. And I was with a different live streaming platform
Hmm.
before I bought myself a Mac.
Okay.
So that's why I couldn't come over because I didn't have a Mac. And
Didn't have a
so,
Mac. Right.
yeah, so the story was that, my older son needed a new laptop. So I got my husband to give his so I could give my PC to my husband. So, oh no, mum has to go get a new computer.
Right. That's awesome. That's
Very well
awesome.
navigated. I like how you did that.
Yes, very, yeah, orchestrated it well. So what Mac did you go with?
So I'm not very techie. Mac for the Mac, the big monitor.
The
So it's
big,
the Mac
okay,
4.
okay. I got it. I
M4,
got it.
yeah, yeah. Is it M4? M4?
So there's an M4, and that's if I'm saying it right, because I don't know them all either. The iMac M4.
So yes, it is iMac. That's right. So
That's
with a nice, I went more for the color aesthetic, the
Which
purple
color?
or the lilac, the purple one.
that's
Oh,
awesome.
good
It,
choice.
it is, it
Well,
is.
in Ecamm, purple is the most dope color. So you have a dope iMac for sure.
Good to know.
Yeah.
And I have, I know Lala, I know Luria, so I know a lot of Ecamm family
That's
before
awesome.
coming on board. And so it's just been such a wonderful community, the Facebook, the Discord. And so I'm trying to absorb as much as I can so I can, and I think I've live streamed for now 16 times.
That's cool.
Just playing around with it. Yeah, you really just got to get into it and get as much, I think it's quite addictive getting all these different scenes,
It is.
sorted. So I've been having fun with it.
So okay, we talked about the laptop. What kind of camera are you using?
So the front one is a ZV E10.
Great
And
choice.
then I do have the ZV1 for my
Uh-huh.
top down. And I think we call it gear acquisition
Uh-huh.
syndrome. Is that
You
right?
have it, huh? Do you
And
have it?
I have it, thinking that it would make me, either go on live more or make more videos if I just got. So originally I got the ZV1, and then I wanted two cameras, so I got the ZV1E, and then I
Uh-huh.
wanted to have the blurry background. And this is money I do not have.
Oh my goodness. So let me
So
ask you this question then. So if it's money you don't have, what kind of content are you making?
I make planning on paper, so planner-based content for women in their 30s to 50s to
Hmm.
use it as a form of self-care. So if we're feeling overwhelmed, we're feeling self-doubt, limiting belief, stressing, procrastinating. So I use my planning system, so my planners as a way to have a little bit of me time while enjoying playing around with stickers, colorful markers, and pens. So this is sort of our hobby. It's our hobby, at the
Right?
same time productive and a way for us to look after our well-being. And so through my own planning, help inspire other women to do the same and take a little bit of time for themselves, doing something they enjoy.
I love the idea. So do you have like these live sessions where you're just going through and drawing and people can join in with you?
Yes, so I've been doing it now for over a year, weekly live stream. That's why I'm all set up because I went 5 o'clock in the morning, which is my Monday, and for most of my US viewers is your Sunday afternoon
Hmm.
or evening. And so we plan as we go, and then I go on Instagram as well and on Pinterest. So yeah, so really loving the community that I have. I call them my plannerettes community.
I love it. Great idea and a great way to have community around something that not only you love to do, but that other people can do with you. And again, you said it's kind of like self-care. I love that.
Yes.
So I stopped going down a list of things. What kind of light are you using there? Because you're lit really well.
So I've got a softbox here. I've got the Godox something 45 G45 for my desk,
Hmm.
and the beauty with the Ecamm is I can actually make because I have quite a bit of light on me. The great thing with the Ecamm is I can control the brightness, the
Uh-huh.
saturation, and so which is great. That was a big challenge for me that I had to have a lot of lighting on my desk, but
Right.
then it also lit me up too much. And so that was the balance that I couldn't get with other live streaming platforms. And
Platforms.
so, yeah, when I came over, and I think you can also add LUTs. So I have to
You
find out
can.
something about the LUTs.
Yeah, you can do the LUTs and all of that, but I will say this, and everybody will probably agree, you look awesome. All right, you've done a great
Thank you.
job with your setup. And yes, we all want to tweak. I want to tweak all the time, and people have to remind me as well. Strick, you look good, leave it alone. So I'm not saying leave it alone. I want you to do what you feel is comfortable, but I do want to say you have done your homework and you look awesome over there. So keep doing it.
Thank you.
Okay.
And the beautiful thing is the quality of my images on YouTube compared to other, I don't want to say anything bad about because
I
they serve me
understand.
well, but it's just the quality.
Yes, ma'am.
When you watch your own video and you're not cringing because because here in Sydney, Australia, the suburb I'm in, it's the most densely populated with high-rise buildings. So even if I'm connected, sometimes the speed is just really bad. So it's nice to actually watch yourself back on
Right.
YouTube and go, yeah, that's really good. Although at the moment, hopefully someone will help me out. My video is flickering. It's probably I have had my camera on for a little bit, so it's probably overheating.
I got you. Sometimes that happens as well. It may be your internet too, but you can probably tell whether it's the internet or your camera based on what you're seeing in Ecamm.
Mhm.
So you might want to, like, if you have Ecamm up and you can monitor the camera versus what you're seeing in Zoom and see if that's any different, seeing where it comes in,
Yeah,
because Zoom would be over the internet, so we would be able to see the flickering. But if it's not the internet, then yes, it would be the camera or even some of your cables. Sometimes they can get disconnected or just need to be pushed in a little bit. All those things can happen.
probably.
But you look great.
Yeah.
And your lapel mic,
Thank you.
is this something that's connected, or are you wirelessly connected with your lapel?
I have the lav mic
I
that's
love it.
not
The
wireless.
long
I
one?
did have yeah, the really, really long
Is
one.
it the
I
Boyer
did have
one?
No, it's the Rode
Okay,
mic.
great, great, great.
And I did have the Rode video mic too, but I think someone had said it on Facebook community. It's not loud enough, so I have to figure something out. I did the Rode Connect, Rode Capture, all that stuff, but it was still very, very soft. So until I figure out how to do that, at the moment I've got the lav, which is fine actually, because when I
It's
look
great.
down, yeah, when I'm
It picks you up even better when you look down. That's awesome.
yeah,
Very
thank you.
thought through and very well done. And Marianne, thank you for being a part of the show. Merry Christmas to you. And
Merry
as you guys
Christmas.
are celebrating, don't eat too much of the Barbie, okay?
Try not to.
Yeah, try not to. Try not to. There he is. Jeremy, how are you doing, sir?
I'm not too bad. How you doing?
I see you have your own mute shirt on today.
Yeah, that was total coincidence. I was actually going to wear. I have apparently the only in existence currently Ecamm ugly Christmas sweater, and I was going to go hop down to the room and put it on, but I figured this was more appropriate given the issues that were going on earlier today.
Oh my goodness. Has your
yeah.
roadcaster ever decided, you know what? I don't want to be on right now.
No.
And all I did was unplugged it, plugged it back up, checked my connection. Same thing I was telling Marianne, like sometimes that happens. Check the connections and turned it back on, and it's working fine. I've started to
Are you
turn.
what firmware are you on? Not to get too much in the weeds.
You know
but
what,
do you
Jeremy?
know?
I do not know. I haven't updated the
Okay.
firmware. But I
Okay.
normally don't
Well,
have problems with it, and I've even started this year turning it off and on. Like I used to keep it like on all the time. It's just always be on.
Yeah.
But now I turn it off and on depending on if I'm streaming or not. You know,
Yeah.
just to not have that power running through it. And I think this has happened to me once before, and I did the same thing. Just unplugged it, refreshed it, and it was okay.
Yeah. Well, it really depends. I mean, sometimes it's this could be the same thing that Marianne's having right now with the glitching. It could be the camera overheating, but at the same time, it could be just USB hiccups. You know, those happen quite a bit. And, especially when your system starts getting overloaded with resource utilization, that becomes an issue. So it's really important. That's why I always tell people run activity monitor while you're doing your live stream so that you know how bad your Mac is struggling. And people say, oh, it slows down or these things happen. Or in your case, the Rode just disconnected. Maybe the Rode barfed because there was something else going on underlying that you didn't see.
That's true.
No,
it just completely shut off. It turned off.
Do you have it on an uninterruptible power supply?
Yes. I really do. I have it plugged into to a battery.
Good,
good. So it was definitely the Rode, and it could have easily been the connections. Sometimes that happens. But that being said, how do you celebrate the holidays, Jeremy? Do you have some great holiday story you want to share with us?
Oh gosh. Every year seems to be a little bit different as my children grow up. Everybody's kind of going their separate ways, and I've got a couple still left in the house, and then I've got a couple that have left. And so every year it seems like I have 3 boys and a girl, and so it's like trying to corral all of them into a house for any length of time is, with all their competing schedules and everything, it's becoming an effort. So we tend to stage things. But yeah, I mean, for me, it's not terrible here the weather is terrible in Seattle this time of year, but it's not terrible cold. Gotcha. So I've for about 10, no, actually, no, what am I talking about? About 20 years now, I got myself one of those big green eggs, the outdoor smoker grill thing. And I just go to town. I'll plan like at least 24, if not 48 hours ahead of time, and just space my smoking and my cooking so that everything comes out and it's ready on Christmas Day. So
that's awesome.
That's yeah, we're gonna go to Costco tomorrow. Just pray for us. But
I need to send you a tip. You need to put out your Cash App so everybody can help.
Yeah, just help my sanity navigating Costco 2 days before Christmas is.
Oh
yeah.
I was there yesterday. It was not pretty.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. I'm not one. I don't like crowds at all. So going to Costco is it's like roller derby, but you're still walking around, and the derby vehicles become the carts.
Wow.
And yeah, it's a little bit hardcore around here. I don't know when that happened, but anyway, long story short, that's we're gonna go to Costco, buy a bunch of stuff, and then Jeremy gets to cooking starting tomorrow afternoon. So
just be aware of your surroundings when they put the rotisserie chickens out, because it's like a mad mob to get the rotisserie chickens out.
Yeah, so they actually, this is getting way off topic, but they just introduced sushi to the local Costco here. The headquarters for Costco is up here in Seattle, and Kirkland brand, which you guys all see when you go to Costco. Kirkland is the next town up the road from where I live. They have absolutely no relation whatsoever. It's just that Costco decided to name it Kirkland, and so they try a bunch of stuff at this Costco near my house before it goes out to the mass market. And so they have these sushi machines now, man. They're just pumping out, 3 and 4 rolls at a time with pre-measured rice and everything. And you got these guys, they actually flew them to Japan and everything just so they could learn how to make sushi.
Wow.
So, yeah, I don't know. But anyway, I'm just going to grab my ribs and get the heck out of there.
You're going to get some sushi. I know it.
No, man, that's like, well, you know what? It's something where you can just grab and go, but it's like Costco size sushi. So, I mean, you're getting like 20 pieces of California roll.
Right.
So you better have a family or a very big gut to be able to
one of the two.
Eat all that.
Yeah. And I don't think that's the way you eat sushi. I'm not a sushi eater, so I don't know, but I don't think you eat it in bulk.
No, you don't. You don't.
Okay.
I used to commute to Tokyo about once a month back about 15 years ago, and I learned the ways of doing that stuff. And that was one of the things. I remember asking for a California roll the first time I went there, and they looked at me like I was from another planet.
Yeah.
And it was, it was just, that's the way, that set the tone for the rest of the trip, and learning my way around there. But yeah, you don't bulk eat sushi. I guess you could.
For me, it wouldn't
here
be
in
a
America,
good idea.
It's Strick. I got to ask you. You during the football season, you're hosting these shows like right when the afternoon games are wrapping up. Are you not a football guy?
So that is a good question. I am a football guy. I'm probably more of a college guy than NFL.
Yeah.
These shows, of course, we started the stream show during the pandemic. And Sunday was a extra day in the week. Everybody's at home already, right? So Saturday was a down day, and Sunday is an extra down day, right? During the pandemic. And I just never decided to change the time. I just never did. I felt like Sunday afternoon would be a good time. I wanted to do it at a different time, but I really feel like staying here because of the audience, all of you guys, man, y'all always come through. Like, regardless of what game is on, I'm sure you're probably watching the other games, but I don't watch NFL as much as I used to. How many you got going?
I got 5 monitors actually going right now.
I understand.
So I get my fix in. But yeah, I was just kind of wondering about that.
I'm not as much of a NFL football guy as I used to be. I probably would watch Travis Hunter and see what he does next year, whatever team he goes to. I do like to, watch some of the guys that I know, but I only want to probably see the highlights, not a whole game.
Are you a Crimson Tide guy or?
No, I'm an Auburn guy. Oh, you are? All right.
Yeah.
All right. So War Eagle to everybody.
All right. There you go. I'm a LSU Tiger guy, so
Oh, so
we've
sorry
got
to
at
hear
least the
that.
same.
just-
Oh, come on.
Hey, I want to talk to Joel. Joel is kind of new to the show as well. Joel has come in and definitely been in the comments on the show. But Joel, I want to hear what you have in your setup over there.
Well, thanks for asking. I will be honest and let you know I'm not using my full setup at the moment.
It's okay.
I got started like probably with Ecamm 2.5, 3 years ago. Bought the subscription, did nothing with it. Bought it, renewed my subscription, did nothing with it.
Wow.
And then I've been getting far more serious now. Where I'm at today is I'm in the process of taking this setup out of one of my living rooms, and I have an extra bedroom we're converting to a proper studio now, which is why you don't see all the proper lights here. I do use a Rodecaster Pro 2. I got it the first day they had it out here in Canada. It gave me some problems at first, but we had to work with Rode and Apple and figure out what the problem is. It turned out to be my dock, not
Wow.
the Rodecaster at all. I have a MacBook Pro 16, but it's the last Intel one they made.
Mm-hmm.
So I got the 8 terabytes and the 64 gigs RAM and the GPU and everything in this thing. Yeah, like that. Exactly like that, Jeremy. And I didn't realize this, but the OWC docks of the era that I bought didn't supply enough power for this thing. And so it would go into like these handshaking modes and turn the Rodecaster off like every other minute.
Wow.
So we got it all figured out. Rode did a ticket, and then they sent me a whole bunch of gear, including these headphones, to say thanks for helping us solve this problem. So nobody knew what it was.
And you're still advertising for them. You got the Rode boom arm, you got the Rode mic, the pop mic, and you got the headphones, the whole thing.
I do,
That's
and I got
right.
a couple of LG 40s that used to be.
They didn't send you a Rodecaster video? I mean, come on.
No, it was a little before the video came out that we fixed the problem.
I'm just giving you.
There's my man Doc Rock hanging out. Hey, Doc, Merry Christmas to you, sir.
Merry Christmas, Doc.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So Joe,
a couple of LG 40s cameras for days. I use these Nikon Z30s. I have 3 of them. So those will be my streaming cameras when everything's all set up.
Does that stream in 4K?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, that's awesome. Does it need a capture card or?
Nope. It's basically Nikon's answer to the ZV-E10.
Okay.
So I live up the street from Nikon Canada, and yeah, I got them at a great price. So I've got some of those and a couple of LG 40s up here, and Doc actually helped me out a lot in learning how the lighting works, because I bit the ads and bought a whole bunch of these cold Elgato key lights. They're nice, but you kind of need to have some sort of a softbox thing going on too. So that's it. We're in the studio now too. And the Stream Decks and the same things that everybody else has. I'm learning from you guys on the fly. And the channel should be up in about 2 weeks. I've been shooting video for it like a madman. I want to do something fun first before I get into the serious stuff. So my first channel is the Tacotarian Experience. It's chronicling. I went on a diet to lose weight. So
I'm on Zoom.
60 days, I only ate tacos.
60 days, you only ate tacos, and you documented that in video.
I did not document the weight loss. What I just found out afterwards is it was really fun. And as far as a diet fad or diet craze goes, I'm gonna start this one.
That's awesome, man.
You're talking my language. I love tacos. Come on.
That's really cool.
Like if you think about it, what is really unhealthy about a taco?
That's a good question. So, well, it depends on what you put in it. So let's just go down that right. Merry Christmas to everybody. But we're going to talk tacos for just a minute.
Sure.
So what's the ingredients? What are you putting in your tacos?
Well, when you do them for 60 days, you start to get bored with just the regular ground beef in them.
Okay.
And spices pretty quick. So, man, I tried everything. I had like sweet potato stuff going on. I made my own shells going on. I put fish in them, did all kinds of nonsense. I got about 300 different taco recipes here. They all taste different variations of good. So I'm gonna just show everybody all of them in increments and keep this thing going for a while. And then I'll get to the more serious stuff that I'm trained to do afterwards.
Why not have a good time? Like, to be honest with you, I'm going to tell you the truth. There will be more people that will connect with your taco journey than the serious stuff. I'm
I
just saying.
1000% agree.
I'm just saying, because some of the
Here's-
niches that are out there, you would be very surprised of how you can get inside of a community, and it's taco eating. And there are taco eaters all over the world.
Indeed.
Here's a
Yes.
fun taco snippet about me. Before the pandemic hit, I was on Meetup and I would host a group. I called it We Freaking Love Tacos. And I would say, we're going to be here at this time. 50 people would RSVP and about half show up. So about 25 people would show up. I would eat dinner, strangers, tacos, 25 at a clip once a month. And I was doing that for a while.
I'm
Eating
glad to
tacos
finally
live.
meet you, Matt, because I have checked out that meetup a couple of times.
Wow.
I mean,
It was
obviously
a
I
lot
live
of fun.
thousands of miles away, but truthfully told, like when you start Googling and trying to figure out who else is in the taco community, you'd think, given that there's Taco Tuesday and everything else, it would be such a big, huge topic all over the internet. But it
I
doesn't.
met a lot of people. It's crazy.
Like when I'm just commenting here and I'm not paying attention to which YouTube profile I've got, I've commented a couple of times just on, as the Tacotarian experience every single time, like Fulgens or Anna or Doc or someone else will like snap on it right away. Who's this taco person?
Wow.
Just me, but whatever. It'll be fun when it comes up.
I had an awesome taco memes page on Facebook, and I would steal taco memes and I would post them once a day. But I stopped because Facebook disallowed you to do more than 30 days out. I would do a whole quarter at a time, just load them up and then just ignore it.
How about quiet?
You'd have your whole Hootsuite ready to go.
Yeah, come on.
That is awesome. I just would never have thought about that. But hey, guys, just think about this. In the show we're talking about Christmas, we got two taco guys hanging out with us as well. And two taco guys, and then we have Doc Rock hanging out with us too. He says they don't eat a lot of tacos in Japan. I'm sure they have their share.
So the
No, but
word
Doc will definitely tune into my sashimi taco.
Yeah, well, the taco in Japanese is octopus.
Is it?
In terms of in terms of pronunciation, you have taco, which is referring to the Mexican tacos, but then when you talk about taco sushi or taco sashimi, yes, that is octopus.
Salmon sashimi tacos are to die. I'm just saying.
Why not? Why not? You know what? I was thinking about this, Marianne, when you were talking, and I was just in. Where was I? My wife and I do vacations in December, so this is one of the reasons why I didn't have a show the other week. Last Sunday, we were in. Where was I? I want to say one of the Caribbean islands. Let's just say that. I forget the name of all that fast. It's funny, right? 80 degrees there. And they have Christmas music and Christmas lights up. And I just could not get in my mind that it was Christmas time. I felt like it's Christmas in July the whole time I was there. I'm sure now you're used to it being warm around Christmas, but here in the States, it's cold for Christmas. And, I just have associated the cooler weather or cold weather with Christmas, but being there in the summertime, it just kind of did something with my head. It's like, it's not Christmas, but it is.
Yeah, it's because in the planning community, when we embellish our planner pages, so many great stuff for, the December season with the snow, with the Christmas holiday, with mittens, with the fireplace,
Right.
chocolates, hot chocolates with marshmallow. And just thinking of it is already, just making me sweat. But, I'm originally from the Philippines, so it was already a hot tropic season anyway, December was. So it wasn't much of a change when we migrated here in Australia all those many moons ago. So I have friends who are, either from England or, and they just can't wrap their head
It's hard,
around
yeah.
wearing, singlets, or you might call it tank tops and shorts, and, the flip-flops. We call it thongs, but thong is a different thing for you guys. So I do, all
We got it, Marianne. I'm sorry. Yeah.
But you know, thongs, it's like wearing thongs. Okay, it's that hot, hey? But yeah, so the flip-flops and the board shorts, and so yeah, but yeah,
Yeah.
I would love to have. I have never had a cold Christmas. Maybe that will be my someday maybe on the wish list. And but yeah, so that'll be exciting to experience. Because even in winter here in Sydney, it doesn't snow. You have to go far inland, you know, to the Blue Mountains to get any type of snow. Best we get is a hailstorm, you know,
Got
big
it.
golf ball size hailstorms, but that's during the spring summer season, never
So
during
what's
the
the weather
winter.
like normally? So is it does it get cold at all? Just not snow?
Yeah, it's a bit cold. Probably the lowest here in Sydney might be, you know, I don't know it again in Celsius. So 4 to 5 degrees, the coldest. But nowadays, the last few summers, with I guess, you know, global warming and everything, it's the in Sydney, it's more humid. It's whether it's winter, whether it's summer, it's just humid, very
Gotcha.
dry. And so, but yeah, always, uh, I've never had to wear any those big, you know, coats or puffer jackets, only probably if I was traveling to work on the train, but never the mittens, the gloves, the
I
scarves,
get
the
it.
layers and layers. But yeah, so it's very, very warm and
Well, you know what,
sweaty.
Marianne, I will if you want to set up your place as an Airbnb for Christmas, I will gladly swap with you.
Everybody will come to Sydney. I
Yeah,
trust you, me.
man, I am there. I am
Yeah.
there because I can't stand this.
Ecamm live conference in Sydney, maybe?
No,
Come
not
I
in
over.
need it.
Sydney. We're asking for
Not,
Ecamm Live in your home, the conference
Oh,
in
well,
yes,
your
no.
house.
I only live in a very, very small flat. So this actually is a shared space. So probably the other side of the wall is only I don't know what it is in feet, but it's 5 meters. I've got so this is a shared room with our dining table and our homeschool area. And so one day my hope is to have a big enough house to have my own studio room. So this is
Right.
actually just a corner of my very small 2 bedroom flat. So yeah, we can fit us all in, you know, and then we'll just go
Everybody,
to
we'll
Bondi
find a
Beach.
corner to get in. Listen, saying that, I'm even more impressed with you using a shared space and having the look that you have right now. I'm just at awe. I know everybody is. We're big into that. Look at what Matt is doing in his space and Jeremy in
yep.
his space. I kind of I tapped out of doing the background stuff. I just tapped out of trying to figure out the lights and all of the what should I have in the background and put a TV back there. I'm sorry I did it the easy way out, but it works for what I'm doing, especially when I'm in a small space like this, like in a small window. It looks really cool with just having this one thing. But I like the fact that you guys have all taken the time to really do all of the small detail pieces to make it look great. The colors you chose in your background, I just think it's awesome. I'm gonna stop gushing over it, but that's what we do. We love seeing it. You've already talked about watching your videos and looking at how different they are. This is what we teach. We want you to stand out in your videos than someone else. Like, this is something that everybody should know. Most people haven't taken the time to do the detailed work or do the real work to make themselves look good, and you have done that. And I think it's awesome.
Yes,
I think it's
gotta
awesome.
thank IKEA. These are all like picture ledgers, and from Luria's live streaming pro, she just says only worry about what the camera sees.
Right.
Like there's mess everywhere. It's like really, like I said, it's just a small space. I've got stuff on the floor, but it doesn't matter. You
What's
only
the
need
term?
to.
There's a term. I think it's called cone of something. Forget what the term is.
Cone
Just
of
what the camera sees.
cleanliness. The cone of cleanliness.
It's
Hey,
kind
I'll
of
take
funny.
that.
Yeah.
I really
That's-
agree. That's what I was telling you guys. If y'all saw everything that's in this studio, it would blow your mind. Things are all over the place.
I cobble things together with wood that aren't on camera. I have wood stands and wood tripods. It's ugly looking. It's functional, but if the camera can't see it, I'm not spending money on it.
That's
Well,
right.
there you go. That makes a whole lot of sense. And to be honest with you, you can go to any set in Hollywood. Well, they use expensive cameras and stuff, but I promise you, there's going to be a whole bunch of electric tape and masking tape and all that other kind of stuff going on too.
My
yeah.
baffles for my light is cardboard spray painted black with hot glue.
Does it work?
Not-
Yes, it works. It's been
I
working
love
for
it.
3 years.
yeah.
I love it. I love it. 100%.
Nothing wrong with that.
So London Penn is in. It says, yes, learning a lot about these awesome setups. Has inspired me to keep going with my lives. Just doing it with the ATEM was too clumsy. And I get it. You want to think about how you're doing it. Ecamm does make it way simpler, man. It really does. And Doc has given us the clone of cleanliness. I guess that's what they're saying here. And I got bodies on the floor. He's funny. And listen, that happens. There's a lot of things that go on inside of our studios that people can't see. It took me probably a year to actually clean my desk off. And my wife came down the other day. She's like, you're really doing a good job of keeping your desk clean. And I am, as I was putting stuff in a bag, taken out of my studio. So I want to say to everybody that's watching, Merry Christmas. I hope you guys have a very great Christmas with family and doing all that you can to enjoy family, whether you're in the warm weather celebrating Christmas or if you are like me and it gets a little cold. We're down into the 30s. I don't know what that would be in Celsius, but it's cold here. You need a jacket in Alabama right now. No, you need a coat, a big coat. A big coat.
I'm pretty sure-
Doc, before I forget,
Sure.
man, I'm coming to Hawaii next year, so I got to send you that flyer and information so I get a chance to see you. DJ Right on Beat, happy holidays, family. Yes, sir, man. I was about to say happy birthday. I don't know why, but it was almost came out of my mouth, Matt. I don't know why I was going to say happy birthday, but that's it. Yes. I will tell her that as well. Kim is actually playing in there's a Hawaii. My wife Kim plays jazz flute and she's traveling, and God bless her, she's all over the world, and Hawaii is one of those places. So we are going to be there. And then Joel said he's going to Hawaii too. There you go, man. We all could be there at Doc's house. Now we're going to go from Sydney, Australia, all the way
that's
to
what I'm saying.
Hawaii. Tell me what I'm not sure it's the Blue Note, but tell me what island you're on, Doc. Let us know what island you're on. I gotta get the flyer to
He's on Oahu, I think.
Yeah.
He's Honolulu, right?
Honolulu?
Right, Doc? You're on. Yeah, I think he's Honolulu.
So
He's on-
I'm not really sure. It's not the Blue Note. There's a hotel
Yeah.
we're gonna be at that's doing another artist has put together a conference or I don't know what, a festival. That's what it is. It's a smooth jazz festival. So we're gonna be there for a couple of days. All right.
Nice.
Let me ask you guys this question. So let's talk about Christmas for a minute. Now, I want you guys' opinion on this because I could be wrong. This is not research. This is not ChatGPT. This is something I've learned recently that I want to know if you guys know as well. Do you know that the Santa Claus that we know and see now is actually was a marketing tool that was built by Coca-Cola? Did you guys know that?
Yes.
What about
Coca-Cola?
Yeah, you don't want to know
Coca-Cola.
about the original Santa.
Yes.
That and
But he
polar
wasn't
bears.
a nice guy.
Say that again. I think Joe was speaking.
Yeah, it's definitely a Coca-Cola thing. That's what the color schemes and everything are all from that. But no, the original Santa stories, like when they first came out, he was a demon to punish kids. He wasn't. They kind of flipped it the other way around.
That is
I thought that was Krampus.
Kringle,
thought that was-
Krampus, all of that kind of came from the same
Oh,
origin.
wow. Crazy. Well, it was Christopher Kringle. Wasn't he like
Kris Kringle.
Saint Saint
Nick.
Christopher or Saint something
You
or
know,
other.
there's so many different names. So there's a lot of different names about, I don't know how we got to Santa Claus. As far as the name of Santa Claus, the depiction of the big Santa Claus with the red suit, the white beard, and all of that came from the marketing tool of Coca-Cola. Now, there's so many, Saint Nick, Kris Kringle. There's so many other names that is built to him. Now, of course, I don't know the history of all of that. I was just baffled by, as a content creator, learning that a company like Coca-Cola, of course, who's still around, who,
When was
hundreds of
the night
years now.
before Christmas? When did that come out? Did that come out before or after Coca-Cola's thing? Because that describes Santa, a bowl full of jelly, like his belly was big, like there was jelly in it, like that. I
So
wonder when that was.
that's a good question. That's a good question. I'm not really sure.
That's what happens when you drink too much Coke.
That's what happens. That's what happens.
You're not kidding.
So let's let me do this. I want to do a side note as we think about that, because London Penn, I meant to do this earlier to give Mariana opportunity for people to connect with her and her channel. If you can share that in the chat so people can know where they can see your content, I really would appreciate it. You might not be able to have the link, but you can just put it in, and then I can maybe copy it and have the link. Or if you can put it in the Zoom, then I can copy it over from Zoom and put it in the description, okay?
It's my name. Nice and easy. Marianne Cresp, that's me. That's my channel. And so the way it's spelled, one N and Cresp, yeah, that's my channel name. So I went with just my name because thinking ahead about branding and being able to later down the track, maybe pivot a little bit and be able to also one day be able to have merchandise. And so I stuck with my name because in the planning community, a lot of people have, their name plus their niche. And I went, well, what if I change my niche? So already was thinking ahead beforehand. So it is Marianne Cresp. So Cresp is my married name. It used to be Marianne Hernandez. So because of course the Philippines was occupied by the Spaniards, so I'm Hernandez, Marianne Hernandez, and then Cresp, which is a French name. So now I'm a Filipino in Australia with a French name doing planning.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And you can go from all those angles.
That's it.
That's cool.
That's it. A mixture of everything. So, and I think that's what Aussie is anyway. Australia is a land full of many different people. So yeah. So, but that's my channel, and so at the moment it's planning, planners, and stationery, and productivity and self-care. So if you enjoy those, come over. If you don't come over because you're going to ruin my algorithm.
And we don't want that to happen.
We don't want that to happen because that's what I used to go, yes, follow. And then, of course, someone promoted me somewhere. It's like, yes, follow Marianne. She's nearly close to this. And I went, no, I don't
that's
want to
not
be
what we want.
close to it. Yeah, because then, of course, the numbers went down again. And I was just like, only if you like stationery. And if London Pen Co., yes, come over. Enjoy some planning with my community.
That is awesome. And Doc, I'm asking you to turn the cameras on wherever you're at. Turn your camera on and school us, sir. You know all this stuff about Santa Claus. Like we need some help because we don't. But I just thought it was very interesting. The night before Christmas was a visit from Saint Nick, 1822. So why would Doc know that? Okay, that is so funny.
He's not at the studio, he says.
He's not in the studio. Okay.
Yeah, that's what
I'm not going to give you a hard time then.
I got all that drummed into my head young, but it's true.
What's that?
All the original, pagans, not the right word, but the origin stories of Santa and all that stuff wasn't all fun. It got fun later. We've evolved over the years.
We have evolved, and it keeps evolving. Now Christmas starts in October.
it starts in July in some places, especially Costco. I'll put this out there, mainly because I was kind of surprised by it. You know, we get new Christmas movies all the time, right? I mean, it just happens. We got Elf and, you know, Tim Allen doing Claus and everything. I saw one this year which stars The Rock.
Right.
And it's called Red One.
Right.
And it's awesome.
And I was actually pleasantly surprised by that movie. I thought it was way more. Well, I thought it was going to be way more or way less than what we got out of it. So if you haven't seen it, I think it's on
Prime. It's on Amazon Prime.
Is it on Prime?
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's on my list. So don't tell me anything about it. Don't
I'm
tell
not
me
saying
anything about it because it's on my list. I was going to watch it yesterday and decided to watch something else. So, you know,
Santa's jacked in that movie. It's like it just doesn't make any sense, but you watch it and you kind of go, okay, this is how they're explaining this and that and the other thing, right? So it's
they did a really good job with that movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought I was really surprised.
I'm gonna do that tonight. Then when we're done, I'm gonna have to eat dinner and watch Red One. I will tell you this: a movie that I watched, slowed down enough to watch, was I think it's called Den of Thieves, and they're supposed to be coming out with a Den of Thieves 2, but it was probably one of the most well-written action thief movie that I've seen in a minute. And that's the only thing I can tell you about it, because if you haven't watched it, it would be a nice watch about, you know, thieves. Very well written. It'll make you think. I did not expect the ending. So they have the 2 coming out, I think later in next year. So I think in February, I think it's going to be very interesting to watch. And Deadpool and Will Ferrell crushed it. Okay, there you go. So
he's talking about Spirited.
It was good too.
It was really good last year. That was new, and it's top of the list on Apple too, right now, because it was last year.
You know, I grew up in a musical family, so I can't do musicals as much as I probably a lot of other people. So, and I just, that was the thing about a lot of those movies, those holiday movies, when they just all of a sudden break into a tune, and it's just, I don't know. It's hard for me, but we're not Siskel and Ebert, so I'm not going to, you know.
I completely understand.
If you haven't seen Spirited, go watch it.
I'm going to watch it. But are they singing in it?
Yeah.
So I can't do
it. At least in that movie, for once, there's a movie that came out that doesn't have a multiverse.
What do you mean?
I mean, like every Marvel movie right now, and a whole bunch of the other movies too, everything's got to have an alternate universe. Can we just stick to one universe for a little while? I'm okay with it.
Right. Can we be on Earth? Let's just be here. Obs is hanging out with us. Hello to you, Obs. Merry Christmas to you. Thank you for coming through. And Doc is saying that 50 Cent and Ice Cube Jr. was really good in that. That's the Den of Thieves. And it really was good. So that being said, does it blow your mind now as a content creator to know that a beverage company actually changed culture and it's still evolving off of that?
Coke is very influential. And kudos to them for not changing their logo basically ever. Because I graduated design college, and you see how often Pepsi changed their logo, juxtaposed with Coke. It's exactly the same on Coke's column.
Right. It makes a big
They
difference.
Probably learned their lesson from having changing the Coke flavor.
Yeah, the new Coke.
The new Coke.
That was a huge misstep.
Don't change anything that works. If it ain't broke, don't touch it.
I'm with you on that. But I will also tell you, I don't know, growing up as a kid, I was more of a Coke drinker than anything else. And it had to be the red and the white color. I'm really thinking I chose the design over the drink, because to be honest with you, when you're a kid, you don't really prefer one over the other. I like
Where'd
the
you
way
grow
the
up,
Coke
Strick?
can looked.
Pepsi is sweeter. Some say Pepsi tastes better, but Coke is good for mixed drinks because it's more bland. It doesn't overpower the alcohol that you put in it. So
I mean,
I
that's a
used to
good
go to
point.
bars and I would get
Yeah.
a Jack and Coke and they would put it in Pepsi and I was disgusted by it. I'm like, gave me
Interesting.
something I didn't order. But anyway,
I mean,
Strick,
that's a
where'd
good
you grow
point.
up? Strick, you Southern pretty
So
much.
yeah,
your
I grew up
entire
in the
life?
South, so we had several
so
different.
Everything's a Coke.
Well,
I mean,
yeah, everything is a
Y-
Coke.
y-
Pepsi would be a
Right.
Coke, but we had
Right.
RC Cola at the time, so RC
Yeah,
was a big
yep.
deal. We had Dr. Pepper was an alternative to Coca-Cola. Of course, Sprite was there, and then you had the flavored drinks like an orange drink, maybe a Fanta or something like that. But there was
Fanta,
always
yeah.
a orange drink.
Yeah. Bart's
Dr.
was
Pepper.
big
What
down
is
there.
up with Dr. Pepper? Why is it so delicious?
I have no idea. Like it has definitely over the years had such a unique taste that people love it.
I worked with someone who came in on their day off. She had a Dr. Pepper shirt on. And I said to her, I was like, "Are you a pepper?" And without missing a beat, she said, "Wouldn't you like to be a pepper too?" I was like,
Oh, okay. I'll give you another one. So I remember when I was a kid, and the commercial Coca-Cola had out at the time was this great anthem song.
Is this the one I'd like to buy a world
I
of
like
Coke?
to buy
And, yeah.
in perfect
Yeah.
harmony.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
People
Yep. I
collect
remember that.
Coca-Cola memorabilia. I remember one of
Oh,
my
God,
friends
yes.
got a snow globe that was Coca-Cola. And, for being in the 80s, it was over $100. I was like, holy cow.
But do you guys
I gotta-
remember
I gotta
that song? Like, was it iconic for you
Yeah,
at the
man,
time?
I remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I remember that.
And people
That
still
was,
collecting
did-
Coke stuff to this day. Like,
Didn't that come out around Christmas time, or wasn't that the Christmas anthem was the, everybody, it was like snowing, and this is before the polar bear even, I think.
I think
This
it was before the
was-
polar bear. It was definitely before the polar
Yeah.
bear. Hey, Michelle. Yes, it is a party. You can come hang out with us as well. Yeah, it was before the polar bear. I remember that as a kid, and I would always sing that song. So that could have been a big point for me too.
Doc's
As a
giving us
warning to
crap
the
for being
Ecamm
Southern
viewers,
boys.
And it
polar
is what it
bears.
is. I'm from the country. There's nothing I could do about it.
Sarsaparilla, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, sorry, Matt. I'm sorry. You
polar
were,
bears. Yeah, because Coke
Yeah.
glorified the polar bear. But make no mistake, they're not warm and cuddly wild creatures. Do
Right,
not go up
right,
to a
right.
polar bear.
Absolutely not, right?
You'll have
and-
a bad time.
Okay,
for
here's
starters,
another
they
one.
They are 9 feet tall.
They're insane.
So Doc is giving us another one. The Mean Joe Green commercial from Coca-Cola.
Yes.
Oh,
The
I
kid
remember
in
that.
the-
Thanks, Mean Joe.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I'm drinking Coke after that commercial. Really, I'm telling you that.
I was
I'm
impressed that he
sold.
downed the whole Coke in one go. That's hard to do.
He's a big guy.
Yeah.
He's a big guy.
He is a big
Yeah,
guy.
see.
But those are things, and content creator, you have to be a marketer as well. Happy holiday days for everybody. Yes, this is a Christmas show, but if you get a whole bunch of content creators talking, guess what? This is as organic as it gets. And I know I'm leading the conversation, but when you start talking about Coke and Christmas, and it's coming up with Christmas, but what else have they done to change the world? And they've done a lot. I mean, the Mean Joe Green one. Here, Doc is helping us out again. The polar bear was in
It's probably
1993.
fake Coke.
And, yeah. Oh my goodness.
Sweet tea. It was sweet tea. That's what
Right.
it
It wasn't really Coke. Okay. So all that being said, how does this inspire you as a content creator? I guess I'll ask that question, and I'll start with you, Joel. as we talk about what Coke has done and the content you're making and the content you're going to make, what does it make you think about how you market what you're planning to do?
Well, the big thing for me is coming out of 30 years in the tech industry, I just want to do things that help people.
Right.
And that for me is the number one thing. So, when I look at the content that I'm about to unleash, whether it's the taco stuff or everything else, it's all about helping people do whatever they want to do in a fun way. For me, I want the world to eat more tacos by eating, as an extension, eat healthier. And I know that sounds nonsensical, but it's a thing,
Freaking
and I'll
awesome.
show you.
Right now, you've lost weight eating tacos, right?
Mm-hmm. About
So-
40 pounds.
40 pounds.
40 pounds?
Mm-hmm.
Sign me
Damn.
up, Joel. I'm with you,
I know,
sir.
right? Yeah.
I'm with you. So were you
Atkins
making your own tacos? Like
Yeah.
the actual taco, like what is it made of? I mean, flour and
I prefer the hard tacos versus the soft,
Mhm.
or even tostadas, like the kinds that you can get in the store, or even the old El Paso shells. They're great, and they're gluten free, and they're relatively low calorie for what you want. But if you like soft tacos and stuff, you can do that too. And there's plenty of ways to make tortillas that aren't terribly bad for you. You just change the flour up a little bit.
there you go. There you go. So as you're doing that and you're helping people, do you have an idea of how you would market that idea to people or just show it? Like, how would you, knowing that a beverage company could change culture for hundreds of years, what are you thinking about that you could do to make sure that your content is seen in a light similar to that?
Well, first of all, I got to listen to all you OGs and veterans in the Ecamm community, because you're definitely helping me out a lot. And that sounds corny, but it's actually true. And the second thing, it's easy to market products off of your stream, but for me, the real value is when you see people and they take in your content and you see the light bulb going off, whether it's live or later in the thank yous or wherever else. For me, it's just I measure my success not so much commercially, but by impact.
Got it. Got it. Make the impact, Joel. I'm ready for it. Continue to eat the tacos and lose the weight and make the impact. Okay? I know you can do it. And we're here to help all along the way. I want to look at the videos, man, and see what you're making these tacos out of. That'll be more than beef and sliced tomatoes.
Yeah,
All right,
so
Matt, how about you, Matt? Knowing
Christmas
that Coca-Cola could be so iconic and change culture around the world, like what does that make you think about your content and how you would market it?
Yeah. I'll just say that December is when I go hard. I don't know, because it's not as much daylight, or there's just less I do socially. I stream 7 days a week in December rather than 5 days a week the rest of the
Wow.
year. And yeah, I mean, marketing is success no matter what business you're in. If people don't know about you, they can't do business with you. And it doesn't matter if your business is a YouTube channel, or you're selling something, or you're doing a service or whatever. So yeah, marketing is tough. I follow all the advice across the Ecamm Live YouTube channel, and the marketing is especially important. I try different social networks. I try different promotions. I've been doing giveaways where I collect people's entries and do a wheel spin on Fridays. It's fun. Marketing. I'm all about it. And I'm still learning, because I'm good with the design. I'm good with the live streams. I'm good in a lot of different areas. The marketing is I'm okay. I need to do better. So, and once you roll around into January, that's always the planning month and what I can do better and stuff like that. So
Gotcha.
one of my goals is to more outreach. I'm not quite sure what that is. I mean, I have my email newsletter. That's going good. It could be better. You know, I post to Instagram. That's going good. It could be better. I'm trying, but I'm taking the advice of the Ecamm staff and the Ecamm personalities and the fam. The fam's great too.
Fam is awesome. You're right. You're
I hope that answered your question.
Yeah,
but,
you answered it from your heart. I get it. How about you, Marianne?
What I've learned with regards to marketing your content
And
is
just thinking
you
in the
can't-
conversation for Coca-Cola, as we're talking today, and you know, just to say Coke has made this impact, like what does that make you think about in regards to marketing what you do?
Well, you can't market anything unless you make it, unless you
True.
upload it. So what I've found is the self-doubt that you might have of, is this, good enough to post what you think is good versus, what your viewers think is good, is just post it. Because the Coke, they didn't know that they were going to change, culture with that. They put it out there and then it'll get picked up. So you and I both, won't know if it's something will be good unless it's out there. I'm on Instagram as well, and there's one reel that I created that I did very quickly, just shot it, didn't edit it, no fancy thing. And it's it went viral for me, over, 15 million views.
Oh my God, that's viral for everybody.
Yeah, that's right. Although views doesn't mean any much, unless you can market it and make money from it. So as much as vanity and all this stuff, but I think what Matt was saying, actually, was it Joel? Like, the impact is, I may have, qualms about putting something out there, but when you have your viewer going, I needed this today. They needed to know that they're not the only one who's overwhelmed or stressed. So when it comes to marketing and the impact is, you got to go and put it out there, because if you're scared that someone might pick on your accent, might pick on, the way you look, but if it just helps that one person and then helps another and another, and I might say a term, a phrase that becomes viral, with certain hot tour girls out there, you don't know what will change the world, or what will get picked up, like that demure. I don't know if anyone follows on Instagram or TikTok, demure and being mindful. What someone just puts out there can change the course of, modern culture and everything else. So just get out there, do it. Even though I know I say it, sometimes I'm still going, oh, I don't look good. I live streamed this morning, and when I watched back, this might be too much information, but I'll say it out there because we're content creators.
Yes,
we call it bat in the cave. Do you know what that means? That you might have had something, hanging on your nose.
Okay.
So I thought, so it wasn't too bad, because it looks like it's a dried skin, But I'm there going, why didn't anybody tell me I had a bat in the cave? It wasn't too grossed out. It was just like a little, it looked like a dried skin. And so, and because I've got little, button nose anyway, you could,
I was going to say that. I was going to wait till you got through and say, at least you don't have a nose like mine. If I had something in there, everybody would see it.
Yeah, exactly. So I was going to take it down, because I thought, you know what? Being imperfect means that if I can do it out, I can go and have, and I scratched my nose and it was gone. So, but 30 minutes into it, I'm going to leave it out there. So then people know when I talk about being imperfect, then they know that I'm living that philosophy. So, but yeah, just get your thing out, get your content, whatever it is. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 hours, 2 hours. And if it doesn't get any views, leave it in there. No one's going to see it anyway. If it's no views, do it again. So
that's right.
Yeah. So that's where you can make impact and you can go viral when you put something out there. So that's my 2 cents in. Just go out there and do it.
I love it. I love it. Great advice and great wisdom as well. How about
Actually,
you,
I've got to go check now. I've got to check.
And what do they say when you do that and somebody's next to you? Don't fling it on me. That's funny.
No.
How about you, Jeremy?
For me, it's looking back at Coke and actually any of the kind of the legendary brands that have been around for a very long time. Ford is another one. Consistency is key.
It is.
And being true to who you are and what your brand is key. Now that can all change in the background, right? But when somebody like Matt was saying earlier, when you or maybe it was you, Strick, when you're saying the red and white, you know, and that logo,
Yeah.
You knew what was inside there was going to taste like the last one you had, and so on and so forth. And this goes back to when I was doing the brewery, and I had beers that people liked, and if I screwed up a batch, I heard about it, you know, and even though our brand was consistent, if somebody came in and had a beer that was not what they were expecting, it was the beer that they always ordered. Yeah, I heard about that. So, you know, keeping your content consistent, keeping your messaging consistent, and just learning, like Marianne said, you know, you kind of, you learn through your mistakes. There are things, well, we've all made mistakes, whether it be live or pre-recorded. How many times you hit record and then it's like, damn it, and then you hit stop and then you do it all over again.
Right.
And it seems like the first take is always great, and then every successive take after that gets worse and worse and worse because you're overthinking everything, right?
Right.
And just clearing your mind and focusing on, okay, who am I? What are people expecting from me? And proceeding forward with that messaging, with that branding, is what keeps things moving forward for you. So whether it's the logo design or it's, you know, the background or whatever you end up doing, you know, I feel like that's the probably, you know, Matt said impact. I agree with that 100%. I also believe ours, Matt or Joel, but we can all agree that having consistent marketing, consistent branding is something that is important to defining who you are.
I like it. I like it. And so much wisdom there, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you sharing that. It makes a big difference when we can kind of get together and share, because who knows what person resonates with any of you guys to kind of help them get to the next step. And helping people is what we all want to do. Whether it's through our content or for me, it's like allowing to share the platform with other people, so that people can not just see me talking, but see you guys talking. I just think that that's like the coolest thing in the world to do. I was a DJ for a very long time, and I never played, well, I did play some of my songs, and at least one that I did, but it's 99% other people's music. And I just believe in giving place for other people and helping those people grow. That being said, this is the last thing I'm going to talk about tonight, because I love talking about marketing, even in the holidays. Two things. You're going to see the music industry change really, really soon, and it's going to be done through marketing. They have to change the culture, because streaming is not making the money that they need or want. So there's actually a resurgence of CDs. Physical CD sales is going up right now. I don't think that that's going to be the answer that they're looking for. I believe there's going to be another medium that they're going to use to monetize music that we don't have right now. I want to keep your eyes open for that. I'm going to ask you guys this question. What if you are a book publisher? Okay, you have books, you're a publisher, you want to sell more books, what would you do?
I work for a book publisher, You're talking a traditional publisher, not someone
Publisher, like
who
you need to sell
created a
more
book.
books. So you have several authors. You need people across the world to buy more books. What would you do?
All marketing. Marketing's always the answer. Got to get it in front of more eyeballs. Be competitive with the price.
I would say it's localization.
Localization with the book. Okay.
I mean, I've written 4 books, so each time I've added a different language to that book. Boom,
Publishers are in a tough spot because they used to be the money solving thing. Now you can self-publish, that you don't need a bankroll to stock a warehouse anymore like you used to.
Okay, let me ask you this question. Would you think about getting a designer that started to design houses with bookshelves in these houses and publish them in magazines across all of these different magazines that you publish as a new home feature as a way to sell a book? That was actually done.
Yeah, I could see that.
Bookshelves.
That's the wagging the dog principle, right?
Say that again.
That's the wagging the dog principle.
Bookshelves. At one point in America, we didn't have houses with bookshelves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we still have places that don't have bookshelves, but there was a actual marketing plan to use architects and building structures, people that build houses, to start marketing bookshelves in homes. Because what do you need on a bookshelf?
Books.
You gotta have books. Now we have
ding, ding, ding.
Some of the largest homes have libraries. So it's a whole room that's nothing but books. And of course, America was coming from, smaller homes, and then the homes are getting larger and larger and larger. Guess what? In your house, you need a bookshelf. Now, I'm sharing this because I am wowed by Coca-Cola and the ideas they had for marketing. Because at one point, I will have to tell you this, I don't know if it was a marketing firm more than it was a beverage company. One helped the other, of course. Of course, it was a beverage company, and they sold more Coca-Cola's, Cokes than anybody else. They are the number one. And why are they the number one? Maybe it's because they put a lot of money into coming up with the creative things that it took to get people's attention. So what do they call that? Research and development inside of not just their Coke and the formula of the Coke, but doing research and development about people, about your community. So Marianne, this is the idea of what does planners need? What does people that are using stationery paper and pens, what do they need? And you're looking at the ancillary or accessories to your business to then start helping your audience. So it's the dividers, it is the leathers, it's the notebooks, and getting in partnership with all of those accessories around it. Man, I just think that, these are ideas, for the taco. It is not, everybody knows what a taco is, like the real ingredients of a taco. But what is the nuance around the taco? What is the benefit of the taco? It's weight loss. So, you're pairing up with people, hey, while people are doing Manjaro or all this Ozempic and all that other stuff, this is what I had. And it's a taco. And you actually were eating, but you lost 40 pounds. Those are the things that, I don't know, it's just, as organic as I could be today, that's what came to my mind. So there you go. You can have it.
Man, I'd take the taco diet over Ozempic any day.
I would too, brother. I would too. Well, what a great conversation. Appreciate you guys being a part of it. Mr. Camera Junkie actually stopped by. Hello to you, sir. Merry Christmas to you. What is Doc saying here? I want to wrap up really quick. He did say, "Yep's the wagging dog." Most marketers don't understand marketing, and that's true. Marketing is an act of persuading someone to take action, as it is a genuine act of helping others solve their problems, not selling them stuff. Oh, this is another one. This is a TikTok video, okay? This lady said, "I need less entrepreneurs making products and more entrepreneurs solving problems." Of course, we got a product that solves a problem, but you need to switch it around and have solve the problem instead of having the product.
No,
So you're
not
marketing
about the product. It's about the solution. I'm
About
not
the
coming to you with
solution.
products. I'm coming to you with a solution.
exactly.
In this instance, it's a very delicious solution.
Yes.
There you go.
It's how can you get them from where they are now to their desired state. And so through my own content creation, I was just doing a lot of the stuff I was doing to solve my own problem as a mum of a teenage boy who's on the autism spectrum, and trying to figure out how do I balance this thing. And so it was my me time showing that, and then making my own planner inserts just for my own use, and then people wanting it. And so Strick, you were saying, I sell PDFs of my planner pages.
Love it.
I do affiliates. I'm just starting with brand partnerships with, stationery companies and well-being companies. So there's a lot of opportunity. And as in the chat, it's and Joel's saying it's not about the product. So how can you get me to where and my with the marketing thing is I was trying to solve a problem, trying to be strategic, was trying to solve a problem that I think people have, but if they don't know they have that problem,
That's right.
they won't use your product. So you got to get them there, and through marketing, advertising, sharing, going live, going your shorts, your community posts, just saying, this is a problem that I have. If you have it too, come join me. And that's probably one of the more organic way of, selling what you do, is just you've wrapped it up in a pretty bow to say, I know you don't have this problem, but when you do, this is where you can come and get the solution. So yeah, it's making me think a lot from what people have been saying in the chat as well, and conversations we're having, how we can market what we do. So then we're not so much selling a product, but we're solving pain points and problems.
That's awesome.
Love it.
That's awesome. Well, Merry Christmas to you guys. I pray and hope that you guys have the best Christmas that you can, that you get an opportunity to fire up the Barbie, even if it's a green egg. And Matt is helping me out. He's throwing the signs up, letting me know, guys, if you're watching this and if you got this far, please hit the like button. Let me know and let Ecamm know that you did appreciate the show. We have such a huge community, and what you see on the screen today is this part of the community, and we're all here to help and here to learn all at the same time. I said earlier when I got started, my room is a mess because I have some new stuff for Christmas that I bought for this company I'm starting. So I got to build some cages tonight. So as I do that, guys, just have a great Christmas holiday. See me next Sunday, because we're going to talk about the year of 2024 and some of the things that have happened that has been iconic for us. And think about some trends that may be happening in 2025 that content creators should be aware of. So, again, great show. Thank you, Joel. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Mary Ann. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, Doc, and London Pen Company. And I know Michelle has been there. Thank you guys in the chat as well. Have a great holiday and Merry Christmas to each and every one of you.
Merry.
Yeah.
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
holidays,
Happy
everybody.
holidays.
All right, guys. Hold what you got. Hey, this is DJ Strick, and I would like to thank you for watching another edition of The Stream Show.